Have you ever watched a newborn baby breathe? It's quite beautiful to see. They naturally belly breathe. Their breath is much more rapid, so their tiny abdomens rise and fall really quickly. What you won't see is a tight belly with the shoulders up by the ears and a shallow breath happening in the upper regions of the lungs. But as we grow, many of us adopt this terrible habit of chest breathing and begin a pattern that is non-optimal. And unless you took on a sport or dance or music or singing or something that requires you to breathe properly in order to participate in it, you likely were not taught how to breathe optimally. Why? I would imagine it's because breathing is taken for granted. Are you alive? Then you must be breathing. This lack of proper breathing awareness eventually can lead to many health issues, as well as keep us in a constant state of anxiety and tension. Taking slow, controlled, deep diaphragmatic breaths can be life-changing in a world that is constantly challenging us to go, go, go. In this practice, we'll utilize lying on the floor, prone, supine, and finally seated to have a better understanding of how to breathe diaphragmatically. If you have a yoga mat, place that on the floor. You can also use blankets by themselves or on top of your mat. Lying on a firm surface is a better option to doing this on your bed, but if lying on the floor is difficult for you, use the bed for this session. Have pillows or blankets handy to use under you for support if needed. Let's begin prone, lying on the belly. Place your palms facing down on top of each other and rest your forehead down on the backs of the hands. Place a rolled up blanket or pillow underneath the ankles if needed to take away pressure from the lower back. Relax the shoulders and gently draw the shoulder blades down the back. Now take a moment to allow the body to ease into this position, bringing your attention to any areas where there may be tension and softening into these spaces. Check in with yourself and see how you are feeling at this moment. Now bring your attention to the breath flowing in and out through the nostrils. Make sure your belly is completely relaxed. And without deepening the breath, notice how the belly drops and gently presses into the floor as you inhale, and how the pressure into the floor releases as you exhale. Keep your focus on this movement. Feel the sensation of the expansion and the contraction. Now begin to breathe a bit more deeply. Notice how the belly expands even more and presses into the floor beneath you. Notice how the belly contracts even deeper and pulls away further from the floor. Start to take a fuller, more complete breath and recognize how the flow moves from the lower abdomen up into the lower ribs. Feel the ribs contracting gently as you exhale, and finally the belly pulling away. Now draw in a deep, full breath and expand from the lower belly into the lower ribs, and feel the lungs fully expand. As you exhale, notice the area around the collarbones beginning to contract, then the ribs drawing in, and finally ending with the contraction at the belly. Take several more complete breaths in this manner, noticing all of the sensations that arise, and being fully present in the experience of complete breath. Good. Now release yourself from the deep breathing and make your way onto your back. Either rest with your knees bent and your feet on the floor, or you can lie on your back with your supports underneath the knees. Rock your back body evenly until your lower back is open and your shoulder blades are spread wide against the floor. Rest the palms on the lower abdomen and relax your belly. Focus your attention on the breath cycling in and out through the nostrils, breathing with the mouth closed. Without deepening the breath, notice how the hands move up and down, slightly rising and falling as you breathe. Take a few conscious breaths here, feeling the subtle expansion and contraction of the belly while you breathe. Now keep your right hand on the lower belly and place the left hand on the upper abdomen, on the lower ribs. Take a deeper inhale. Notice how the right palm lifts and then the left palm. Feel how the left palm drops as you exhale, and then the belly contracts under the right hand at the bottom of the exhale. Take several deep breaths, focusing on the right palm lifting with the lower belly as you begin your inhale, and the left palm lifting as you continue the breath. Feeling the left palm dropping first as the exhale begins. Now take your left palm to your heart center, on the sternum at the center of the chest. Begin the inhale at the lower abdomen, feeling the right palm lift. The ribs begin to expand as the breath rises along the torso. And at the top of the inhalation, as you have a full expansion into the lungs, feel the left hand rise. Feel the chest begin to drop as you exhale, the ribs drawing in and the belly contracting. Take a few deep, slow breaths, keeping the awareness of the flow happening between your two hands, evenly and deeply. Again, do not force the breath to a place where you feel tightness or restriction. You're creating space for a full oxygen exchange and activating your parasympathetic nervous system, calming the mind and the body. At the bottom of your next exhalation, release your arms back to your side. Let go of the deep breathing. Now make your way up to a seated position. If you cannot sit cross-legged on the floor, sit on a firm chair with your feet on the floor without resting against the back of the chair. If sitting cross-legged on the floor, prop yourself up with blankets or pillows under your seat to lift the hips if you are especially tight here. Take a moment to make any needed adjustments to feel balanced on your seat, and then lift the torso tall. Make sure the chest is open by subtly drawing the shoulders back. Soften the shoulder blades so the neck and shoulders are not tense. And make sure the head is in a neutral position, having the chin be parallel to the ground. And now gently close your eyes. Bring the awareness to the breath cycling in and out through the nostrils. Relax the abdomen, but keep the torso long and tall. Place both hands on the lower belly. If you are breathing diaphragmatically, you'll feel the belly gently expanding into the hands as you inhale and contracting as you exhale. As we did on our belly and back, start to expand into this space by deepening the breath. Be aware of the movement beneath your palms as you breathe. Gently rest the left palm on the lower ribs and feel the movement of the breath happening in the abdomen between the right and left palms. Take the left hand and place it on the heart center and the sternum, and take a full, deep breath from the lower belly, expanding fully into the lungs. Notice the movement between the right and left palms as you take complete full breaths. Continue with your complete breathing, but now rest the palms facing down on the thighs. As you breathe, do you notice if you're taking the breath in evenly? Is there more air coming in at the beginning of your inhale? Are you pushing the breath out quickly as you exhale? See if you can find an even flow throughout the entire cycle. If at any point you discover that you have tension anywhere along the path of the breath, soften those areas and lighten the breath. As you learn to breathe more deeply, the length of your breath will extend, but we want to make sure there's nothing restrictive about the breath flow. So expand as fully as you're able to right now while feeling a sense of openness and release. Take a few more deep breaths. At the bottom of your next exhalation, let go of the deep breathing. Check in with how you are feeling at present moment. Remember to check in with this experience throughout your day. It simply takes a few deep breaths to bring you back to present moment. Whenever you're ready, gently blink the eyes open and take your time in getting back to your day.